All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this recap here today for the Thursday and take a look at price action and see what happened today. I know a lot's going on. A lot of people are wondering if price is going to go up, going down. Really, it doesn't really matter. The whole idea of what we're trying to do is just look at a little chunk of time in the last little bit of chart price action and then start taking advantage of it. That's really the idea that we're going after here. And every day we kind of just stick to it every day. It's kind of a grind in this flow. But let me go ahead and dig into the charts. And there is some stuff that we are working on inside Kabroda Trading Battle Box. We're trying to make it quite a bit easier and be easy for everybody, right? So one thing I will say that we are working on, I'll kind of show you. This is on the local machine here, so it's not going to give you a whole lot, but I will show you this. This is how it works. So this is going to be, you put in your key levels here. We're actually going to make this even stronger to where you could just click a button and it'll pre-fill this, so you don't even have to go get levels if you didn't want to. The other thing is you can just click on run for the DMR, which is the daily market review. If you click on that, it can start running and it'll pull all the levels up for you for your breakout levels, so you can put those on here. It is showing you the support and resistance levels, so you know what those are. And then it's turning around and giving you the opening range. Now, like I said, this is running on a local machine. It's not going to be real accurate. It's just kind of pulling from data sources right now. But it's just getting perfected. That's what we're working on. Eventually we'll be live where people can use it. So when you're looking at, you see us go to the GPT, which is in OpenAI, and from there you can turn around and start putting in your data. If you're watching our live streams, you'll see that, and from there you can get all the levels, right? Which makes it nice because then you know when to trade. Well, this is going to give you even more data. The idea too, this will have AI tied into it on the side, so eventually you'll see that in here too, where you can chat, you can ask questions. Why is this level? Why is that level? That kind of thing. When do I utilize this information to take a trade? All that kind of stuff you can ask. So that is just a sneak peek. Like I said, this is actually right now running on local machines, so there is no ability to get into any of that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and we'll take a look at some of the price action here on the charts. So we do have we're sitting on the 15-minute chart, and it does look kind of busy on here. I do have some levels that we built. You normally don't see this on my chart, but I'm going to go ahead and leave them on here now because we are. I'll start talking a little bit more about them because these levels right here are actually an indicator that we built. These give you a higher liquidity area, so you're looking at the 4-hour and the 1 hour, and it's finding liquidity in those time frames. Now, obviously, when you're trading in the morning, these are kind of reset every 4 hours because the time is moving, or the price action is moving. As it starts to take liquidity out, these levels start to move. The one thing I will point out for you is when we're looking at the buy box or Bookmap here, you can load this software, use it for free, or you can pay. Obviously, if you're going to pay for it, you're going to get a better data feed. If you're going with a free version, it's a delayed data feed, and it's a little not quite as accurate. It's not going to get as much levels really in the Bookmap. So it kind of gives you an idea where things are going, though. And you can kind of look at this here. Say it's like 92,500, right? And I'm just running my mouse up and down this red area where the most of the liquidity is sitting. It might be 91,700 right now. Up in this top here, looking around the 94,500 right now, right? So if we come back here, you can kind of see that same liquidity sitting on the charts right now. So up here, they're saying the 4-hour supply is at 93,000. I was just looking at that map, right, and it said 94 or something. That's pretty close, right? The other thing is down here, we're sitting on the lower demand of around 92,000, and then we have a further band down here, which is our 4-hour demand at 90,000. So not to get into too much of this, but it's really just kind of giving you the same kind of levels that Bookmap is giving. And Bookmap is the more energy in the space, it gets darker. So that's why you see the red and then the blue. That's just an easy way to look at this. And this is where price action would kind of want to go, just because it wants to go fill these areas to take out stops. Probably a way to look at it too. But that's what you're also reading here on the charts, and that's what these levels are doing. And when I was showing you that automation, that's also what we're looking at to really create everything. So these levels are already on our charts as well. Now we do have our breakout area trigger right here, and then our breakdown trigger, in the purple. We have a breakout level up here. Again, those levels will all be created automatically. So quick and easy. You don't have to lay out your charts anymore. You don't have to do everything that we talk about. You can see how I built this all out. Every 24 hours, I'll move this forward. So obviously today we have Wednesday at 6 o'clock, or yesterday really, and then today we're at 6 o'clock. So that gives us a full 24 hours worth of data here that we're pulling. Then we use a fixed range volume profile. We set these levels on here. So it sounds complex, right? And there's a lot going on. We also run the last 4 hours here in the morning, and then we look at this candle right here. If you're on the 30-minute chart, you're looking at this candle right here for the first 30 minutes. These are all data points that we're looking at. You need to create some type of data in order for you to be able to know where the charts could go in the future. So anyways, when all these data points that we're looking for, and even the weekly, and I'll jump out there real quick there too, because we talked about this on the live. So if we go out to the live right now, this is that we went to the live this morning, and man, it's getting late. So anyway, we mark this weekly candle. So what we do is we get the fixed range volume profile tool. Let me see. I don't know since I've actually gone over here and got it. I have it saved in my favorites now. Hang on. Man, I guess I should have looked at this before I started talking to you, but here it is right here. So the volume base is what you're looking at. We're looking at the fixed range volume profile tool. So it's in if you count it from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the 5th one down, and then go down to volume based, and then fixed range volume profile. You just click it. In this case, you would just pick the top of this candle and this bottom of this candle, or this candle right here. So last week that just closed. So now we're taking this weekly data and we're projecting it forward into the lower time frame. So if I go back into the 15-minute and open this back up so you can see the chart, you can see right here, see this red line coming through. You can see this yellow line coming through. And then further down here, you'll see a blue line coming through. That's your weekly fixed range volume profile. So this is your kind of your low of volume on the week. This is kind of that point of control. And then this is the high. You can see how this interacts on the weekly, and that's why we're watching that. But again, you're not really getting into all that too much. You can put it on there and trade with it and really kind of work your own charts if you want. That's why I'm showing it to you. But all that data, and I'm creating, I guess, some credibility in what we really do here at Kabroda Trading Battle Box, or what we really do at what we do here at Kabroda. And we have that tool. It's called the Kabroda Trading Battle Box. That's why we had built this, because it's taking all these points and all this data that I just spent some time kind of showing you, so you can kind of see behind the scenes idea here, and why we're doing what we do, why you see these levels on these charts, and why you hear me constantly talk about the same kind of repetitive stuff. It probably gets kind of boring, but these levels on these charts have meaning based on all that stuff I just explained, the moving averages. Now you can see the indicators, everything you see on my charts here, all this is taken consideration as well. But I'm kind of giving you why we have this stuff on here and we're creating levels in it. So in the bigger picture, we take all that data from the 4-hour down to that 5-minute, and we compartmentalize all that information, and we create points on the chart so you can take action And usually we start getting that information here in the morning. So let's go ahead and dig into this. You can see that in the morning by here, we were breaking down at about 7 o'clock this morning. We already started to break down. Then we got the first candle, the second candle, and then we were looking at this candle to possibly trade in. So I don't know if you watch these recaps or you watch our lives, you watch us talk a lot. That seems like that's what I'm known for. But anyway, you'll know that if you're on top of the 200, we're already going to say that's a no-go. You're in the no man's trade zone. I hold pretty strong to this myself, unless there's a pretty solid reason for me to trade in this area. Now, what I don't like is, yeah, the Stochas are already turning up. I do like the MACD turning down. I do like RSI is already kind of turning down, but right through here you could see a possible pivot. But you are on the third candle here. So you have the first solid candle that said, okay, let's watch this. Here's your first candle, your second candle. They both closed below the breakout. So now we can turn around and say, hey, we're below the breakout. Perfect. So let's go ahead and watch this candle here. So we're going to go into the 5-minute. And from there, we can start seeing if we can take a trade. So we are under the 200, we're under the 21, so that's a good thing for the 5-minute. We are seeing curl over here. We are seeing flat price in a flat energy in the MACD, but that flat energy isn't necessarily a bad thing because it's in the bearish territory. It's underneath the central or zero mark here on that histogram, kind of is the flip. So that's and then your RSI is still in the lower territory. It is kind of facing down, but it's not exciting. I'll tell you that. This isn't this would be very to myself to kind of give you an answer real quick is no, I would not be looking at getting in here. And the reason why is because really ultimately I'm above on price action here. I'm above the 200. And the way the 5-minute setting up, it's telling you pretty quick that, yeah, this is, you're playing games. Yeah, I don't like to play Russian roulette with my money. So for myself, I would say I'm going to hold off. Let's just kind of wait. Yeah, we're still below this area, but let's wait till we can get or let's see if we can get this 200 up above us, and we can start taking price action then. So you can see the price action actually carried us up. This did break back up. From there, we started to get the breakdown again. So we have the two candles. This is when it actually gave us the ability to start watching this again. So I'm going to mark that. We're going to go back into the 5-minute again, and let's see if we have the ability to trade. Now, Stochas are down, so that's already kind of pushes us back. The MACD looks great, though. RSI looks great. So if I was going to take a trade right here, I would be careful on, yeah, you can see like it kind of could possibly reverse. Obviously, we're going to trade it back to the 21 is the idea. And I could also say, hey, if this keeps breaking down, I'm going to get out if this starts to rotate because we're already in the this better stay pin, which pins just basically means it stays down there. It does not try to come back up. The higher time frames are in control and they are running the price action down. So that's what I'd be looking for if I was going to be trading this. So if I just say I jumped in right here, I would definitely be putting my stop up into that 21 because that's my rule. Crosses over that 21, I want out. And of course, I don't really have a target right now. We could just run this down. Now this would be a good zone because we've already gone to this. So I could trade to that. You can see it did bounce right there. And that's kind of why I would look at trading to that. That'd be another red flag for me. Right here, you see this wick down like this, right at this zone that I'm talking about. That means it came and took the cash that's sitting there that other people put stops on thinking this was going to go up for the day, and it came down and cleared them out. You also see this right here started to show push up. So I would probably have got out somewhere on this candle. It wasn't a big trade, but we got in with a reason, right? We got in when the movement was already happening. We didn't jump on while the train was already running because we had a reason to be getting on the train. So we got to be able to enter in a good spot. So that is the plus, and that's really what I'm going after here when we're looking at quality trading. So if you did hold it though, and it went all the way up, you would have ended up actually losing a little bit of cash because you would have got out up a little bit on the negative side when you got out. But the whole idea still is a system to take small losses, larger gains, small loss, large gain. That's kind of how trading works. Sometimes you don't win them all. This is why you backtest and you learn how to read this price action so you don't get stuck in bad trades. Nobody wants to sit in this trade that goes up here and then it keeps going, and you had your stop up, like I said, above the 21 back here when you would have got in. This could have easily just grinded right up and taken you out right up there. And you would have said, man, I would have got a small loss. Now I'm taking a full, whatever I put on, $100 risk, $100 loss. This would have been maybe a $20, $25 loss, and you would have been ready to go. And you still had 75 in your pocket to trade again. So think of it that way. So after that trade was over, we got back up through here. That would have been an area of, could this roll over? I like how everything's topped out. We're still in bearish territory in the MACD, and it could roll over here. I don't like how the RSI is starting to show push, and it could have kept this running up here. So let's jump back into the 15-minute again, and let's see what we could do here. So when watching this, you can start seeing the rejection. This could have been an area that you might want to go in and watch, because you're seeing the rollover here. We're still down. The RSI is not necessarily the best, but this could be a possibility as well for you to watch, because you already have hit the requirement that you're out of the breakdown area. So that trigger's already been hit. So now, as long as that 21 on the 15 holds, you can keep looking for a trade opportunity. So right here, I mean, I'm just looking at this. This is where I would start to watch. This doesn't mean that I'm going to jump in, mainly because right here, this is still going up, right? I don't see this part of the Stochas yet. Is this going to rotate? I do like how the MACD is still negative, but it could cross right here and keep grinding up and cross its 21. So I'm going to think about it, but I'm not getting into it yet. I'm really going to want to be starting to watch. So I might go down into the 55-minute and see kind of what this is looking like. And right here, obviously, that's a no-go for me because you're above the 21. Obviously, it grinds up. What I do like is right here. We're topped out, right? And we were just talking about the 15-minute could be a possibility. So for me to really say, hey, I'm going to think about getting in, would not be till this candle here. And I'll go ahead and mark it, and then we could look at getting in on that trade. So again, you could put your stop above the last price action. If this comes back up through here, we want to get out. Again, you might take a little loss, right? You could extend this away from it if you wanted, stay above the 200. But for me, this is all the breakdown areas anyways. So I like those areas. Those should hold. Now, you can see this is a rough day in trading. You can, like, I'm analyzing price action with you, but you can see this is a rough day, meaning that it keeps doing these hard drops and then quick recovery, hard drop, quick recovery. But again, the way you trade and the way I'm pointing this out is because if you set these levels using the Kabroda trading battle box, you use that, you have these levels set, and now you know kind of what you're doing and the reason why you're getting in, and you're analyzing the 15-minute and taking action on the 5. That's all we're doing here. It's very, very simple. And you can see this price action rip down really quick, but then it came right back up, and there's your exit right here, right? So if you traded the plan, you would have got out pretty much where you entered with, or just a little bit of cash in your pocket. Probably made up for that loss on the other one. Now, if you start to train your eye and start taking it out when it drops down, you could have said, hey, I'm going to get out, and made it 2-to-1. It's the same thing, though. This is a kind of a rotation area here on the Stochas. This could have been possibly an area for you to get out at. I'm not going to get into this too much on exits. A lot of times this could have stayed pinned and just recovered and then fell some more. A lot of times when you see this aggressive move like this, where you see these hard drops, it's usually a good sign that it's just coming down and grabbing and going again. But you know what? That's not my point here. What I really want to do is really dive in on get out at the 21. And here you go. You would have got out pretty much, like I said, a little bit of cash in your pocket. Obviously, it grinded up. If you can see this where I put my stop, it came and actually would have got me, right? If I stayed in this. But yet again, now I'm out. I'm going to go back out to my 15-minute. And really now, right here is when I'm not going to I'm waiting for the same thing I saw back here, and I didn't get it. It's above. So now I'm waiting for price action to break down. Of course, my rule, we're sitting in the evening now. I don't like to trade about 2 hours before the end of the night. So in my case, it's 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. So right around the 2 o'clock time frame, I'm going to be staying away from the market anyways. So, but that's my choice. That's me. You can trade continuously through this price action if you wanted to. As you really start to watch it and you follow it, you'll become a lot stronger in knowing when the market's going to crash or go up. So that is about it. Go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Other than that, we will see you in the next recap. See you guys later.